Hello and welcome to this week's Football Talk podcast. I am your host, Joshua Call, and my able sidekick, some say, is the second best host. Yeah. You can't but tweet out like that and get away with it, Dave.
Wow.
Here's Dave Nichols. Hello.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
For those who didn't see, Dave tweeted something along the lines of, Dave, some would say the better host. So he got served right there with some strong words from a Josh Call man.
Yeah. So
how are you, Dave?
I'm fine. Hot, tired, but good. Ready to go.
Wow.
Ready to go.
What are you
I just got in for football. Actually, I played football and then had a swim, and now I'm doing a podcast. So
wow.
Active. I'm also trying to stifle in some laughter because I've just seen the your tweet of man getting hit by corner flag.
Yes.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Check out our Twitter at Football Talk, but remember,
there's no A in football. We'll get that one done early. Yeah.
And we'll cover that off. This is the check that out because when Isaac Hayden scores the last minute win against Chelsea, Matt Ritchie runs over to the corner flag and boots it, and you see it just twiddle off into the distance and land in the man's groin. And, then I've also tweeted a subsequent tweet beneath that where there's a fan who's also
yeah, that's the video. It's fucking brilliant.
Posted it, and it's him stood next to the man who's kind of in tears, crying. So it's all good there.
Good. Before we get into this, Josh, I'm going to say hello to any new listeners we have, because I put finally, after doing this for nearly a year, over a year, I don't know how long we've been doing this, I put a post out on Facebook so that it's now open to our friends that didn't know that we were doing it. They now are doing
we've finally come out. We've finally come out to our friends and family, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. So if anyone's new and listening, say hello in the comments on Spotify, on SoundCloud, and on the YouTube videos if that's where you watch it. But yeah, hello and welcome to Football Talk. Lovely stuff.
And for anyone new, this is the format of the show. We'll start with some news. We'll go into a quiz where I quiz Dave each week. We'll then review the week's football, so the weekend's football. We'll then interject with a little Wikifiles where there's another little test of each of our knowledge. It alternates each week, and then we'll cover any other business, so either a poll or a talking point, and maybe a little bit of Super 6 in there. We'll definitely cover Super 6 this week because I absolutely smashed the granny out of it.
Don't do Super 6. I forgot to submit any results. Again.
However,
if I had submitted results, I wouldn't have got any points anyway, because I would have copied the results I put in my predictions league where I got 0 points. So
0 points?
Yeah, I might have got 1 or 2. I've just broken my pen. Brilliant.
Oh my goodness. How are you going to quiz, Dave?
That's alright. It was only the little holder bit. It wasn't the nib. The nib, is that what it's called? The nib?
That is the nib, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I can still write, so I can still nail your quiz. Don't worry.
We'll see about that. So, should we start off with some news? What has caught your eye in the news this week in footballing world, Dave?
I'm going to start with Erling Haaland. What a debut. What a first touch. What a first appearance in the Bundesliga. Yeah.
I mean, also, what are Augsburg's doing? So this is Erling Haaland. He, because the German league has a winter break, it just started up again this weekend, I think it was.
First game.
And Erling Haaland has obviously just made his not so big money move, not as big as we all thought it was going to be. Money move from was it Salzburg to Dortmund, and he comes on when Dortmund were 3-1 down, and within 25 minutes he scored himself a hat trick.
20 minutes.
It's 20. Oh god.
59, 70,
and he has got
ridiculous.
He has got a lot of hat tricks this season already. But watch for highlights because I don't quite know what Augsburg are doing defensively. They've just, especially his second goal, it's like there's 3-3 at this point, and there's just 4 Dortmund players almost on the halfway line running through on goal. It's like, what?
Hello, defence. Is anyone there?
But all credit to him because some people might have gone, well, is he going to make the step up? But
yeah, he's obviously done very. It just looks like a natural goal scorer. He looks very, very good. Is it a hat trick on his? It's a hat trick on his league debut, and he's the only person to score a hat trick on their Champions League debut as well. I think.
But was Rooney's not his?
Oh yeah, that would have been his Champions League debut. Yeah, so I've obviously read that fact wrong. But anyway, Haaland did score a hat trick on his Champions League debut for Salzburg as well earlier this season.
So we'll see how that guy progresses. I wanted just to touch on Harry Maguire being named Man United captain. I don't know. It just seems it's just a sign of the times that a man who's been there 5 months is already captain. It just shows what's been lacking at United, does it, or is it?
Yeah, I agree. I think it does.
Yeah?
I think it shows what has been lacking there. It's also very concerning that when he left Leicester, a lot of people said from the Leicester camp were sort of like, he's not that sort of player. He's not the leaderish sort of player. Like, he will lead a back line, but he won't lead a squad sort of thing. He's very isolated in terms of involvement off the pitch as well. So it's very...
Yep.
Unless, obviously, he might be just different at United. They might have said, you're going to come in and sign you and you'll be the vice-captain. And then, obviously, Ashley Young's left, so it's natural progression forward. That could be something they've done. Obviously, we don't know the ins and outs of the workings of the club, but it's a very... It's not strange for it to happen. It's just, I think, like you're right, it emphasises the problems that are at the club in terms of leadership.
Yeah.
Now, David De Gea was obviously my first choice candidate.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask.
Goalkeepers as captains, it's a little bit of a... I don't mind it, but I don't think they can influence the game, because a goalkeeper can't run out from his goal, can he? And be like, ref, did you see that tackle? Did you see this? Did you see that? Like... and check VAR and stuff like that. So
yeah, I always think it's a point where it's easily criticised, and like, team aren't performing well. I was like, well, we've got a blue goalkeeper as captain. It just adds a little bit of unnecessary drama to the whole situation. It's like, you put your central midfielder in there, and people go, central midfielder, but if you put goalkeeper, like, oh god, of course they're not performing. They've got a goalkeeper as captain. It's like,
it's different, isn't it? Because obviously Buffon captained Italy and they won the World Cup. Casillas captained Spain, they won the World Cup. Lloris captain France, they won the World Cup. So there's...
Yes, and the captain does more than what just is on the pitch. There is more to the captain's duties. It's all around the whole time they're working. They spend 2 lots of 90 minutes, like 90 minutes every 3-4 days.
Yeah,
like in goal, but the rest of the time, I suppose there'll be times where they may train separately as well. But yeah, I mean, not knowing intricately how a club works, but it seems like it's a bit
weirdly. Have you listened to the new Peter Crouch football podcast that are released now? So they're on.
I haven't listened to the next.
There's a really good get back to it, Josh. Get back on it, listen to it, because there's a really good captain chat about it. About Peter Crouch goes into details about what behind the scenes stuff captains do and how much of it like it's an admin and such a ball ache, which is why he never wanted to be captain. So yeah, good, very good, recommended, highly comes with a Football Talk seal of approval. Does Peter Crouch's Football Talk? I assume it's reciprocal as well. I assume they recommend us every week. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
past the pod, one of our pods being passed. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Also had a new Barcelona manager, and it's funny, we mentioned obviously last week, Xavi was being mooted, and when we mentioned around how they never get big names, they kind of more about a style of play, and they've signed a manager who was turned down by Sao Paulo a few weeks back for not being a big enough name. So really plays into that wheelhouse. It's Quique Setién from Betis, and he is the new manager of Barcelona.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Xavi, it wasn't their first choice. Xavi turned it down, didn't he? He's come out and said, I think.
He did turn it down. He said
he
said it wasn't the right time for him, which is a brave move. I mean, it's a move that, Lampard didn't take, but it's a different kettle of fish, isn't it, I suppose? Different circumstances. But, it'd be interesting to see, because I think that was it. Barcelona had lost once under Valverde at home, and that was to Betis, managed by the new manager. So I think he's had a history of being very all about the style of play. So, yeah, it's another interesting stage in the Barcelona. I mean, for me, Barcelona is going to tick along nicely all time Messi's there, then it's going to turn into post-Ferguson Man United without Messi.
I think so, yeah. I think, well, I don't know. They have the academy, don't they? So there's probably someone that we don't know of in the La Masia academy that will step up and take the mantle. But they do seem to rely on Messi an awful lot. So, quickly in the news, Jermaine Genius, obviously ex-England and Spurs midfielder, saying Liverpool are going to dominate for the next decade. Do you think that's the case?
No, I think that.
Do you think we're past that sort of era?
We're past that. There's no. I would be amazed if we saw the Klopp stick around. There's just too much transition with sides now, with different managers, different owners. They've become so much more corporate beast now. I'd be amazed. I mean, they're set up to do well, and they've got a side which could dominate for the next few years, depending on people staying. But I would be amazed if we saw kind of decades of it. But it'd be interesting to see. Are you thoughts? Are you thinking similar? Or?
No, I don't. I don't think they will. I think whilst Man City are still financed how they are, I think Liverpool may win 1 or 2 leagues, but I think Man City will just plough money into it to win it again. Once they've won the Champions League, I think they'll just plough money in to win the league every year. So
and next year's league is already in doubt for Liverpool because of the move of the African nations being moved back to January.
Yeah.
So Salah, Mane, and Naby Keita will potentially be out for like a month of the season in January. So that's not what you want if you're a Liverpool fan, is it?
No, definitely not. Anything else in the news? Oh, go on. Sorry.
Well, just quickly on the African nations. Why is it every 2 years?
It's not anymore, is it? I thought they moved it to be every year.
It's every year now.
I think it's every year now. Yeah.
Oh, it's even worse then. Why is it not every 4 years? Is my question then? That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the African Cup of Nations has now been moved to be every year, unless they've moved it from every year to 2 years.
No, it had always been 2 years, but now it just seems a bit unnecessary.
Or did they have 2 in 1 year because of the World Cup?
It did shift around. It was a bit odd 1 year, and maybe because the timers of moving to a spring to a summer would shorten it as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, shall we? Some transfer news. I presume you want to mention, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
At the time of speaking, is Bruno Fernandes still almost there, 99% done? It's like a loading bar.
It's gone backwards. I think it's gone like from about 90% to about 70, judging by all the rumours that are flying around. So, yeah, apparently it's not as clear cut as everyone thought it was going to be. I.e., play against Benfica, get on a plane to Manchester, hold up a shirt the next day. No, apparently there's not even a fee agreed. So, which is just ludicrous. Man United are so shit at transfers. Why are we the club that everything gets put in the media? Why is it? It's just
because you're the biggest. You're the big club who's fallen from grace with still lots of money. It's just it writes itself.
Well, is it? Do we have lots of money? I think that's the issue. No, I don't think we do. I honestly don't think we've got as much money as people think we do. I've said the word "think" a lot there, but yeah, I just don't. I don't think the money is there to be spent.
To be fair, the money it has actually surprised me in recent years how FFP is actually coming in to play a little bit more. Like clubs do seem to be restricted by what they can do, which part of me is a little bit annoyed by. It's like, well, I want to see a side just spunk loads of cash. I want it to, but then they can do like one season, then they've got to be good for a few years, and they can go again. It's because I don't know.
United's problem is that we've now got rid of. So Sanchez is out on loan. I think we're still paying like 60% of his wages. Lukaku's gone, so his wages come off the wage bill. Ashley Young's gone, his wages off the wage bill. Chris Smalling, that Roma are paying all of his wages. Yet we still.
This is all to Serie A people.
yeah, but yet we still have the highest wage budget in football, the world football. How ludicrous is that? That's why I don't think we've got any money. We're playing Phil fucking Jones like 120 grand a week.
The English Matthias de Ligt, yes.
Well, I think that's harsh on Matthias de Ligt, to be honest. Even if he has been playing shit. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just frustrating.
We won't dwell on that, but we'll touch on quickly the retirement ground that is Inter Milan at the moment. Like Victor Moses being mooted, obviously Christian Eriksen, Ashley Young's just moved, Olivier Giroud. Yeah. It's like I know. I mean, Conte is a very good manager, can get people up and win a title, but that is short term beyond belief in terms of signings, isn't it?
It is. It really is. I don't understand it. I just do not. I do not understand it because they must have a youngster or two that can do the job that all these people that are coming in to do.
And so you see, like a youngster will come in, you go, oh, they can actually. The gap between academy and first team really isn't as big as people think. Just case in point is Japhet Tanganga for Spurs. Like comes in, is like, oh, he's actually all right, isn't he? And but Jan Vertonghen's there is getting shown up with his little, and just a little shout out to Jan Vertonghen's little potbelly. Was on the show yesterday after he gave away the penalty against Watford. He sat there, his little shirt's rolled up, and there's a little bit of belly. Most people surely have that, but it looks like it just added to the fact that he seems a bit past it, but he's got a little belly there.
Aww.
Yeah. It's been a bit quiet so far transfer-wise, isn't it? Not really too much going on.
It has. Do you think that's because it's a January thing and clubs are happy with the squad, or just do you think it's been it's...
I think it's a January thing. I think there'll be if there is deals to be, or if there are deals to be done, they'll be done a bit later. I think a lot of clubs will be working on them because.
Do you think it's because of a lot of manager change as well? Do you think Mourinho? It's like the likes of like Mourinho, Arteta, Ancelotti will be using this period, as in January, in the second half of the season, to analyse the squad, and then the summer will be the overhaul.
It might be like I don't quite know. I know I need something, and if it crops up, yes, but yeah, if they haven't been established and really worked out their strengths and weaknesses, then they really maybe can't, not in a position to get what they need. Yeah.
Or we're going to have an absolutely mental deadline day. There'll be just money.
Honestly,
everywhere.
I think it could take a I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a fair amount of flurry of activity near the end there, because I mean Spurs do need to sign a striker. I mean Aston Villa seem to be working on signing someone. They do need someone. Chelsea's always lingering there. That'll be the
United need someone. We need bodies. So I think
10, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So I think it could be a busy day. But all right,
let's move on and let's quiz you, Dave. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time. Right. I've sent David Nichols a file, and I'll talk you through it. Well, actually, I'm gonna have a little pre-quiz quiz, Dave. I've sent you a file.
A pre-quiz quiz. Okay.
A pre-quiz quiz. So I've sent Dave a file. It has a list of years from 2000 to 2019. It has a list of countries and a list of clubs. And I want Dave to name the players which it represents. But Dave, what players do you reckon you name? What is the overarching? What's the theme of this quiz? Do you think?
Is it the African Footballer of the Year?
It is the African Footballer of the Year.
Do you know how I know that, Josh?
Why is that,
because
Dave?
the file you sent me says African Footballer of the Year 2000 to present day.
Well, Dave, you're so good. You're such an observant. No wonder he does so well at the quiz each week.
Sherlock Holmes, mate.
Well, you're just using the information around you, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, exciting. I don't know how well I'm going to do on this.
I reckon you do pretty well, but I mean, I've got one. The clue I'll give to you that every single one of these players has played in the Premier League.
Okay. Interesting. Because they're not all Premier League clubs, are they? So
no. So before, they've once performed in the Premier League. So say what you see, Dave, and talk listeners through it.
So the year is the year 2000. Everybody's scared about Y2K. Nothing went wrong in the end. We all covered it.
No.
And
Busted Sang song.
Someone who plays in Italy for Parma, who represents Cameroon, wins the African Footballer of the Year. And I'm already stumped on the first.
I reckon that'll probably be the hardest, though. So you already stumped is a bit unfair.
Because I was thinking George Weah, but that's Libya. Was he still playing in Liberia? Was he still playing in 2000? Probably somewhere.
Yes,
maybe
but I
not
imagine not to the level of winning the African Player of the Year.
I might have to come back to 2000.
Okay.
So 2001. I'm going to assume this is the same player twice. 2001, 2002.
Oh.
Senegalese. Playing for Lon, is that right? Lens?
Yeah, Lon. Yes, Lens. We'll go Lens, yes.
And then 2002 for Liverpool. So 2002, I'm going to go for El Hadj Diouf.
Yes.
And in 2001, I'm going to go El Hadj Diouf, but I can't remember who they signed him from.
They signed him from Lens. It is El Hadj Diouf for a double, which is shocking.
yeah, looking back on it. 2003, 2004, 2005 is a Cameroonian. And I'm going to say striker, and I'm going to say Samuel Eto'o.
Samuel Eto'o, yes. Weren't it first Mallorca, and then 2 years Barcelona.
He scored an absolute ton of goals, didn't he, from Mallorca, which is why Barcelona picked him up, if I remember rightly. 2006, Ivory Coast for Chelsea, Mr. Drogba.
Didier Drogba, yes, he wins it.
2007, Mali, Sevilla. Canute?
It is Freddie Canute, who obviously appeared in the Premier League for
Spurs.
I want to say Spurs and West Ham as well. I want to say,
it was Spurs and West Ham. Yeah. 2008, Togan. Togan, is that Togolese? Are they Togolese? I think it's Togolese.
I'm loving leaving you flapping around.
Yeah, I think it's Togolese. Arsenal. Togoan. It's not Togoan. Is it Togoan? It can't be Togoan. Togolese striker for Arsenal, Emmanuel Adebayor.
who also performed in the Premier League for
Man City.
Tottenham,
That's,
Crystal Palace.
Oh my God, yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I reckon that's it.
Okay. 2009, Ivory Coast, Chelsea, Didier Drogba.
Didier Drogba again. Also, just to complete what we're doing, Samuel Eto'o obviously in the Premier League for Chelsea and Everton.
Everton, yeah. I remember him
And
playing
El
at
Hadji
Everton.
Diouf, is it just Liverpool?
No,
And
Blackburn and Bolton Wanderers.
Blackburn as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure El Hadji... It might not have been in the Premier League, but he definitely played for Blackburn. El Hadji Diouf. There he is. I'm 100%
Sunderland
sure.
as well.
Yeah, Blackburn, Sunderland, yeah.
Leeds.
That
Oh
was-
my goodness.
Yeah. And then he played for Sabah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, he was terrible. Also,
Yeah,
a
he was-
horrible person.
He did come across quite disgusting.
Yes.
Right, it was a spitter. It was a spitter, wasn't it? The worst thing you can do in football, he spat.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true. So where are we up
Alright.
to? 2010?
2010, and we'll pause at 2010 then, Dave. Once you get
'cause
this.
I don't know who that is either. Cameroon from Inter.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've got all the others. I think after 2010, I've nailed it. So 2010
You
and
got-
2000.
You got a couple of Cameroonians you're stuck on.
Yeah. It's not Samuel Eto'o again, is it? Because he played for
It
Inter.
is Samuel
it is Samuel
Eto'o
Eto'o again. I was just thinking. he
Yeah,
definitely played for Inter.
2010 is Samuel Eto'o, which will be the treble-winning season, won't it?
Ah, yes. Yeah, it will.
You
Okay.
don't fancy a little guess at 2000 just before we move on?
A Cameroonian that played for Parma. I think did they? Is it a defender?
No, it's a
No,
striker.
It's a striker. Okay. Is it Samuel Eto'o? Who did they have?
And he came on loan to the Premier League in 2002 from Parma, by the way.
Oh my God. No, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, right,
I'll
we'll
come
leave it
back
there.
to Yeah, come back to it.
Okay, I'll give you the Premier League club when we come back.
Okay, yeah, that
Give you a
sounds
little
good.
hint. Okay, we'll move on to the reviews. We had a big old day of football yesterday, didn't we, Dave? Lots of football going on.
We did. I was also
Lots
at the
of
Singapore Golf Open as well yesterday.
Oh
which
my
was very
goodness,
nice.
who was performing? Anyone of note?
Yeah, Justin Rose, Matt Kuchar,
Nice.
and Stenson as well. We're all there.
Oh, Henrik Stenson.
Yeah.
Okay, who's leading the way?
Kuchar. Cooch. Yeah, he's leading. Justin Rose had to take 3 off the tee, so that made me feel good.
What did he do?
He just knobbed it straight into the out of bounds area. So
Knobbed it.
I mean, he
That's
absolutely
a
he
phrase.
leathered it.
Yeah.
He absolutely leathered it into the out of bounds area.
Rather than getting his wood out and
Just knobbing it, yeah.
right,
Anyway,
we'll start off
yeah.
the day with the Ramon Vega derby. We'll start with Watford versus Spurs, and hey, we've got a clean sheet. Spurs got a clean sheet. First clean sheet away since January 19. Our first 0-0 draw in 92 league games.
Yeah. Thanks to a pretty terrible penalty from Troy Deeney.
Like for a guy who always goes on about having balls and being brave, he bottles it at penalties a lot. He has missed like half.
When they put
like
that
3 out of his last 6, I think it is.
yeah, like they put the infographic up, didn't they? And
Yeah.
if you're a goalkeeper and you've done your research, because I think I tweeted this out, like 90% of his penalties have gone in that spot that he went to. Not in the corner, not in the bottom left corner, not in the top left corner, just middle height, middle sort of in from the post left. And I was like, if you
Yep.
knew that as a goalkeeper, which you probably would because they do all that sort of training, then yeah, just go that way, easy. It was a
Yep.
decent save. Gazaniga pushed it wide, didn't he? Pushed so no one else
Yeah.
could get on it. So, but
Yeah,
was
and
it a pen?
Gazaniga saved a couple of penalties last year. It is a pen.
Yeah.
It's unlucky, and maybe like, all right, you should keep your arms outside, but you've thrown yourself to the ground to block a shot. It's unlucky, but yeah, it's unfortunately a pen. So
Okay.
so be it. But I mean, Spurs could have won it right at the death there, couldn't they? And probably goal line technology is like the best invention in football ever, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like literally zero arguments. It's more of a how close were we? And it's like, was it 10.4 millimeters? It's like, well, and you think could Lamella just flicked it a little bit more? But hey, it is what it is. And
Talking of
probably
talking of good debuts, what a goal line clearance from the debutant.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
yes.
not bad, not bad.
never give up attitude. It was a good. I agree. I think goal line technology is the best thing that's happened to football in a while in terms of technology. It's very good. Do you think it was an unfair? Because obviously Mourinho came out and said the result was unfair on Tottenham.
I don't think so. Marginally, maybe, but I think at the end of it, I suppose Watford will probably feel like a point is a good result because of that late goal line clearance. It just kind of may change the attitude, but I think it's reasonably fair. We're struggling without Harry Kane. Not scored. We've now not scored in 3 Premier League games. That will be the bit of business we need to do in January is get a striker. But Watford's revival continues. Not a bad result for them.
He's doing well, isn't he? Yeah. Nigel Pearson. He's galvanised that team.
Yeah.
Like, where are they up to? Are they out of the relegation zone now?
Oh yeah, well out of the relegation zone now. Yeah.
They can't be well out of it.
Yeah, well out of it.
No, they can't be well out of it.
Yeah, they're like a point off.
Really?
17th, a point out of it. Yeah.
Oh, a point out of it. Okay, so not
well.
I suppose.
It's more they started from so far within.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, but Spurs kind of just lingering around mid-table still. Well, just above mid-table, isn't it? It's a bit
thoughts?
8, is it?
I've got thoughts on Harry Winks. He went missing a little bit. Bit nice Harry sideways passing, like nothing.
He's a comfortable player. Plays well if he's not overly pressed. In Europe, he's done well at the bottom of a diamond. But he's a player I wouldn't. If we're starting him, we're not in the place we need to be. He's Ndombele and Lo Celso are much better players than him. So he's a good squad player, good homegrown talent, but he's not. If you're starting,
is it all sort of calmed down a bit from when he first burst on the scene?
Well, I think so. I think it's because it's one of those players you burst on the scene and they look like the complete package already. Like, he's got everything, but I really think it just. You look at someone like Frankie de Jong, who's a similar player to him, similar role, and he's just worlds apart in their talent. And you think, well, Harry Winks is a little bit different for an English footballer. He's reasonably comfortable in possession, still not great on it with being pressed, but I think it's died down a little bit. Obviously, injuries, maybe I don't know how much that's kind of limited him because he had a really few bad ankle injuries. But yeah, he's a solid kind of. I think he'll be kind of Spurs' Mark Noble for 3 years. He'll probably stay around, and be a good player, but he's not a world beater.
Okay, all
right. We'll move on to the Arturo Lupoli derby.
Oh,
yes,
Italian striker, big floppy hair.
Yeah, do you remember, was it around the time of Giuseppe Rossi as well? Both of them Italian, left-footed forwards. Yeah.
And I think they both played together at one time at Fiorentina, and everyone thought the world was going to end. It was like these two wonder kids from previous years. Played together. I'm pretty sure they played together at Fiorentina. Oh, I love Giuseppe Rossi. I'm so upset that he got those injuries. He was so good.
Yeah, that season at Villarreal was just outstanding.
Yeah.
So this is 1-1, and Arsenal have only beaten one team in the top 10 so far this season. Can you guess who that is, Dave?
Man United.
Hey!
I hate you sometimes. Oh God! Just looking at Mikel Arteta, he looks so much like a man made of Lego.
He does. I mean, Arsenal just keep on drawing. I mean, almost drawn almost half their games, and the positive fan, or just really want to look at positive and negative. One will go, it's those could have been wins, but they could also have been losses. So, and a lot. I was reading a lot of kind of fan comments on this, and so many people blaming VAR. And I mean, have you seen the Pepe penalty?
Yeah, definite pen.
It's not.
It's a pen. Yeah, it's a penalty. It's a penalty.
Do you know? For me, immediately. I mean, I think he's probably dispossessed before the contact happens. I can't quite remember top of my head, but the other player covering is completely. It's not affecting the game at all because he doesn't have the ball. It's
a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul. In the box, that's a penalty. He's the player who is made an attempt to get the ball, no matter where the ball has gone, because you've got to remember, if a striker's running through on goal, takes a heavy touch and the keeper wipes him out and it's going to go off for a goal kick anyway, that's a penalty.
Yeah, I know. It just
and this is a similar thing. The guy's gone to try and make a tackle, not got the ball, hit Pepe's knee. It's a penalty. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't a penalty because Sheffield United got an equaliser. So yeah, I think for me, penalty, and I'm surprised VAR didn't give it.
Yeah, well, I mean, are we surprised? I don't really know.
Well, yeah, very true.
Martinelli bagging a goal. I think this might be a bit of a Harry Winks bit we just talked about, that obviously comes in young, exceeding the expectations, but I can't see a world beater in there. I just can see someone who's doing very well at the moment. I can't see this being Arsenal striker.
You going more
leading the line.
Sylvain Wiltord rather than Thierry Henry?
Yeah, he could be around knocking about, but I just can't see it. I can't see him being the man or being sold for big money. I just can't see it.
Okay,
yeah. Sheffield United, I think they're just looking a little bit tired, some of the players.
I think...
Like someone like Lundstram, for example, I mean, there's Besic waiting in the wings. I think it's just because it's such a settled side, I think it's really going to catch up with them. And I think it'd be good if they could start rotating now rather than being forced to with injuries. But the good times are still rolling, aren't they?
Yeah, and you've got to praise them for it. Obviously, we had a big... a podcast, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago now, with the Sheffield United. We talked about them because they're up in 5th and they're playing really well, and obviously we've got a few comments on it. And I think we need to give Chris Wilder his due. He's got them up there. He's got them playing really well. And we were saying, how long is it going to be till he's poached to a big club? And there was a lot of comments on the video that was like, well, why would he? Why would he go? He's got Sheffield United up fighting for Europe. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just all our dreams and ambitions, isn't it? It's like, what do they want out of it? But I think we saw it, and we'll touch on it when we speak about Wolves as well. I think there's a couple of teams who've got really settled sides, and unfortunately, the demands of the league don't really allow for it. Things will tail off, but I mean, it's going great. 33 points, 23 games, 7th position. Sheffield United have got to be absolutely loving it, and yeah, they beat Arsenal at home, didn't they, and drawn away. So that's a little feather in the cap there.
Lovely stuff.
All right, we'll move on to the Lee Hendry derby. Now, Lee Hendry.
I've met him in a pub.
What?
Yeah, in Birmingham when I was at the university.
Anything to tell?
Yeah, really orange. He was so orange, it was unbelievable. Yeah. I met quite a few footballers in pubs and bars stuff, yeah. Well, Micah Richards, when he was at Villa, remember that?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I met him. I met there was a Sky Sports presenter, lady, who was in there as well. She was dating one of them at the time. One of the Villa
Sky
players.
Sports presenter was dating a Villa footballer.
Villa player. Yeah, she was quite famous as well, but I can't remember her name. She had like long blonde hair. So, but yeah. Anyway, that was a sidetrack. Sorry about that.
It was, yeah. Lee Hendry was the '90s version of Jack Grealish, except Jack Grealish is a lot better.
Yes.
And he saves them again, the man for Villa, isn't he? And
he's England squad. Got to be.
Oh god, yeah. I'm a big fan of Jack Grealish.
I'm a big fan of Jack Grealish.
Yeah, and I mean he is really, without him and maybe a couple of others, maybe McGinn and Mings, maybe that reeks of championship to Villa, I'm afraid. Yeah,
it's very unlucky, isn't it, to lose the spine through injury.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Heaton, Wesley, and McGinn. I mean, it's a Jack Grealish injury away from just giving up.
Yeah, so, if that happens, that would be So, I mean, I'm sorry if any Villa fans are listening. Next season, you see, potentially Villa going down. What would you think? What would you reckon Jack Grealish would decide?
I think he'll go. I think he'll give it his all this year, which is why I think there hasn't been too many proper concrete rumours in January, because I think a lot of the clubs that would like to buy him, which I think Man United and Spurs have both been linked to him as well. I think there's a lot of... Yeah. I think the clubs know that he would turn them down in January to try and keep Villa up. And I think whatever happens next year, it'll be really hard for Villa to keep him. If they stay up by the skin of their teeth, they can thank him and say, off you go. And if they get relegated, then it wouldn't surprise me if he's got a relegation release clause for a certain fee. Which will still be big money, like 40, 45 million, something like that, I'd guess. But... yeah,
that number 10 role at United, that would be pretty special if he got that, I think.
Yeah, it would be lush. Brilliant.
I mean, it is somewhat of a step down. Like, he's not a world-class talent, but I don't know, he is a talent, really is. And
he's also a bit of a shit, isn't he? He's got a bit of an attitude. Like, gets stuck in a tackle. And
are you criticising that, or are you praising that?
No, I think it's not really a praise or a criticism of him. It's more Man United are lacking someone like that. The only person we had like that was Ashley Young, and he's now left.
Yes. So you've been linked to both in the summer, Maddison, Grealish. You going Grealish?
Yeah, I prefer the flairness of Grealish.
Yeah, the socks.
I've liked Grealish longer than Maddison as a player, and I think Grealish would be my pick out of those two.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about the game yet.
That's not the game. No, that's just our little Grealish chat. Brighton are slipping a little bit. So this ended 1-1. Brighton took the lead. Trossard's done all right, hasn't he? Debut season, 3 goals, 3 assists.
Not bad.
Then Villa come back into a lovely finish from Grealish, but I mean Brighton are slipping away a bit. They've just 1 win in the last 5, 3 points away from the zone.
Well, that's it. That's the key, isn't it? This has made it all a lot more compact.
Yeah.
If you look at 5 points between, I think it's now 5 points between Bournemouth and Brighton, between 19th and 14th, and this has got Villa back into contention to stay up because they've pulled Brighton so close into it, only 3 points difference, and it's exciting.
Yeah, if you want a relegation battle, you'll be cheering on Bournemouth to win midweek because Bournemouth play Brighton, so that would mean put Bournemouth on 23 points. Obviously, Brighton would then stick on 25 points. It's like bam, mate, it's congested. And then if Norwich will win as well, which I hope they don't, they play Spurs, that'll be 20 to 25 for it's a few other results in there, but that'll be like 6, 7 teams, something like that.
Be great, be absolutely great. But also, who would have thought Pepe Reina has charisma? And it's rubbed off, as Dean Smith said. Dean Smith has come out and said debutant Pepe Reina's charisma rubbed off on his Aston Villa players as they fought back from 1-0 down to claim a point. So,
yeah, I think he'll be better than other options that they could have got. He's not worse keeping well, but I don't think he's. I mean, they made a lovely save at the end there, like kind of
he did,
save, but yeah, and I suppose the experience will be a thing because obviously Tom Heaton had a fair amount of experience. So yeah, it's a decent signing for Villa, I think. But it's a real tough one to call. But Villa do look if there's no goal scorer signed.
Wow,
but even signing a goal scorer, it really not many people.
They're linked to this Tanzania. I'm doing it again. Tanzanian striker from the Belgian leagues playing for Genk who scored a few goals, but.
If anyone wants to guess which scout has the calls a shot at Villa, it's the one who is scouting Belgium.
Yeah, definitely. So, but it was a decent game. I think you say Brighton's starting to slip away a little bit. I think there are 3 worse teams than Brighton in the division, so I think they'll just about keep their heads above water.
But are there 3 worse forwards than Glenn Murray? Glenn Murray has passed it, and I don't know why they're persisting. Like they don't play that way anymore. They don't swing hundreds of crosses in. So what's the point in bringing him on anymore? He just needs to get a shot of him. It's pointless now.
Yeah, I agree. I can't say anything else. I agree.
All right, we'll move on to. Last week we had a hat-trick of Stuart Taylor derbies, and we've got another one this week. Stuart Taylor derby number 4, Crystal Palace, Man City. Oh my goodness!
Just in case any of my friends are listening, this is why I bought St. Tossen in the fantasy football that we play.
Yeah, and it could have been more.
Could have been more. Yeah, could have been more.
Yeah, so talking of Glenn Murray, the Turkish Glenn Murray, Cenk Tosun.
That's
a look about him, isn't he? And oh man, so this ended 2-2, and I mean, as far as things to happen you on a football pitch, a 90-minute plus own goal to give your team a draw or a loss is got to be up there with the worst nightmares, haven't they?
Well, unless it's happening to Man City, then it's great.
If you're Fernandinho,
if you're Fernandinho, you're probably not very excited. Also, shout out to the Man City Twitter operator, who when Aguero scored his 2 goals, put it's never too late. You can always rely on Aguero, and then had to write 3 minutes later that Fernandinho had scored an own goal to make it 2-2.
Lovely.
But yeah, a decent game. I mean, you're the man with the stats. You'll know the XG and stuff, but it looked like City probably edged it.
Yeah, 2.5 to 0.6.
Well, massively edged it.
Not edging it, smashed it. Yeah. And obviously it's City now dropping more points. And I've got a question for you, Dave. Could Liverpool win the league if they were to field their second 11 from now on in?
Oh, yes.
Because I think they've got to.
I'm trying to think who's in their second 11. I mean, that is Dejan Lovren playing all the rest of the games, so that would be a concern.
That would be Lovren and
Lallana,
Matip, Origi, Shaqiri, probably Ox in there. I can't remember his name. Minimao, is it? Minamito, yeah.
They would probably still pick up wins against the bottom half. So, and they'd probably still win the title. So yes, my answer would be yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, Cenk Tosun gets the Pascal. I mean, obviously that rushing through on goal, wasn't there? With Edison really mistimed things. Well, it was a very nice touch from Tosun actually when they the counter attack and he got through, then tripped Fernandinho. But yeah, surprised. I mean, Cenk Tosun may actually be a good signing for Palace.
I think he will be a good signing. I think he will. I think he'll score him some goals. So,
I mentioned a couple of Man City players. Raheem Sterling. That guy's form has fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, it's so
in his last 15 games, he's got 6 goal contributions, so goals or assists. The 15 before that, there were 16 goal contributions, and so like 6 in 15 is not bad. It's not like horrific, but if you compare that to what he was performing, it's kind of like, oh, that's really changed, isn't it?
Yeah, is it tiredness? Do you think he's been rotated a fair bit with Mahrez, but.
Yeah, I mean, and City and that have kind of stuttered as well, maybe. But yeah, I think it was just that first batch of form was just overachieving. This is probably underachieving. He would find himself somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So,
where
would Man City be without Aguero?
Oh man, he scores so many goals with his head for someone so small.
Yeah.
Like strange amount of goals with his head. Like I remember stats along the lines of Henry and Anelka in their career scored like a couple of headed goals in the Premier League in total, like pathetic amounts, and they were both taller than Aguero. It's just it's a mentality thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah.
He's fantastic, though.
He is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Palace. I mean, Roy Hodgson as a Crystal Palace manager is a better Liverpool manager than the Roy Hodgson at Liverpool. He is doing them.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
great service. And Palace, just drawing their way through January, 4 draws in a row, find himself just kind of comfortably mid-table, and it feels like something's going to give though with Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I think that was it. Bournemouth last year or 2?
So,
was it Bournemouth last year or 2 years where they literally stayed up just because of the points they got early on in the season?
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be.
Yeah.
I think that could be year. Palace this year.
Well, you do wonder, like, is there a time when Zaha will leave, and then Hodgson obviously might, leave? I'm about to make a horrible joke about death there, but I'm going to do it because he's old.
He's old. Yeah.
Old. So, and Zaha has desires, so it's kind of like those two. It's all changed, and I would be concerned because there is a distinct lack of ability at that club elsewhere. I mean, Gary Cahill's propping it up.
Yeah, but again, that then comes to. They could reinvest the Zaha money if they do that well. I mean, they haven't got a track record of doing it well, but
no, exactly. They're in the transfer market. They're not. I mean, they've got Benteke rocking up front, and he's scored. I mean, so few goals. That guy.
Yeah.
So few goals. But okay, all right, we'll move on. Well done, Palace. Unlucky City. Title race has long been over. We'll go to. Or relegation. We go to the Efnakoku derby. Norwich versus Bournemouth. 1-0 Norwich.
Best save of the weekend.
Oh my! Of things you should do. Right. Imagine Eddie Howe's like, right, no silly mistakes. Just keep yourselves in the game. And
hold my beer.
30 minutes in. Bam! I'm gonna make a save. Was it Steve Cook?
Steve Cook. Yeah.
Steve Cook. Lovely save.
Is it a save of the weekend?
Well, honestly,
why? Why? Yeah, why?
Like, best case. I mean, because of cameras, you're going to be spotted. You got a handball. It would have been 10 men, 0-0 for 60 minutes. Worst case, obviously, what happened? 10 men, 1-0 for 60 minutes. Like, really? Like, just don't do it. It's 1-0. You can come. You got 60 minutes to come back from that. Honestly, you're not Luis Suarez. It's not the last minute. You can't be going 60 minutes and oh god, really pathetic. He knew as well. It was such a brazen handball attempt. He didn't even pretend. He didn't know how to do a Steven Taylor.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing. That's going on the thumbnail of today's episode.
But we mentioned last week that Norwich would get a win in January, and here we are. They have a win in January. But I mean, do we see Eddie Howe leaving before the season's up?
No.
No, you're saying
I don't think he'll leave before the end of the season. I think he'll leave. I don't. No, I'm thinking about it. Do I think he will leave, or do I think he'll get sacked? Do you think he'll get sacked before the end of the season?
I don't think there'll ever be a sacking because of his love. The fans
So
love
do you
him.
think
I
he's
it'll
going to
be a
walk
mutual
away?
agreement. I think he. I
Because I think
it
that
would be a
ruins
mutual
his
agreement.
I think that ruins his. Yeah, but if you're saying the club aren't going to sack him, then it must be him walking away. If you're saying the club aren't going to approach him to talk about a sacking, then it's all
They
his.
will. It won't. The media, the kind of the communications won't be he's been sacked. It won't be he's left. It'll be a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
They'll both go, okay.
I can't see that happening because I think it will be. I don't think anyone would believe it would be mutual, unless they're already down and he can't save it. Then it might be mutual. But I think if he leaves once they're down, he ruins his reputation at the club because he's like, yeah, you've just left us in this shit, sort of thing. We're not ruin his reputation at the club, but I think it would leave a sour taste in fans' mouths. But they are shit, though.
Yeah, do you want me to blow your mind, Dave?
Go on.
So, Callum Wilson hit the target with a shot in the second minute of this match. Okay?
Yeah.
The last time, when was the last time before this, do you reckon he had a shot hit the target in the Premier League?
Oh, well, I'd probably say the previous game, but obviously not.
No, it was the 6th of October.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I thought he was...
Callum Wilson had not hit the target, as in made the keeper make a save, since the 6th of October versus Arsenal, 13 games ago.
That is really bad.
And there'll be some missed shots, some block shots in there, but that is horrific.
Yeah,
horrific.
That is really bad. Really bad.
And it almost, because I knew the stat was coming into game, so after the match, I was like, has he had a shot? And he had a shot straight away. He had a little flicked header, and that was it. And it was like, and then he had that he absolutely skied one shot as well, or fell over himself. But I
was thinking that the rumour mill around him had gone quiet because Chelsea were linked to him beginning of the season, weren't they? That was like, if the transfer ban gets lifted.
Yeah, Spurs have been linked to him as well, and he's somewhat suited to Bournemouth, I think.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know on your iPhone you get a kind of do you have that weekly update where it goes screen
usage or whatever it is? Yeah.
Yeah. And the Premier League's now reads screen use 1 minute up 0 minutes from last week because a referee went and looked at the screen for VAR. Eh?
Yeah.
Wow, he did it. He sent someone off.
He sent him off, yeah.
Quite right. It caught him horrific. Caught Callum Wilson. He got him on tie. It was on tie. Got on his ankle. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Godfrey, isn't it?
More screen usage.
Yeah, I agree. More screen usage if you're going to do it. If you're going to have it there, just use it.
Yeah.
Let the on-field ref make a decision.
Make them run around with phones in their pockets so they can. Joe, I didn't mention it at the time, but when Spurs, I'll retweet it. But when Spurs played against Norwich just over Christmas, the referee at one point in the match, maybe about 30 minutes in, on the edge of the box, picked up something and walked off of it, and it looked like a mobile phone.
What?
It looked. I'll retweet it onto Football Talk Twitter. And honestly, it's like. This seems like, and nothing else was ever picked up about it. It was a live on Sky game. No one mentioned it, but I'm almost certain I've got a little video of it. He picked up a phone. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it's a little sidebar there. All right.
Look forward to seeing the tweet. To be honest.
Yeah. Bournemouth. I mean, Norwich, great win. Brings them right back into it because it was 20th versus 19th, and they are now 3 points closer. Norwich, can they do it?
No.
Bournemouth, are they going to do it?
No.
So two of the three going down, are they?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll move on to the Jelly Van Dam.
Oh, yes. What a centre back. I mean, he was terrible.
What an odd player.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So this ended up 3-2 to Wolves, but not before Southampton went 2-0 up, and I can't help but think they got a little bit complacent. They're like, oh yeah, we're winning again, are we? 2-0 up, we are cruising. Danny Ings is probably thinking, I'm going to get my goal soon. No.
Yeah, it was a very odd game. It was, I don't know, at half time it looked like someone flicked a switch on Adama Traore. And they were like...
Adama Traore, Raul Jimenez, usual suspects, isn't it? It's kind of like...
Yeah. I mean, it was... Southampton's defending for all of Wolves' goals was rubbish.
It was pathetic.
All of it was pathetic. Yeah, pathetic's a great word for it, Josh. It was pathetic. I think it was the Neto goal where Adama Traore runs down the right, someone slides in on a tackle nowhere near the ball, so he just dinks it round him.
That was a shocker.
Yeah.
Honestly, an absolute shocker, wasn't it?
Adama Traore crossed it, and there was two Wolves attackers, Jimenez and Neto. Neto had the time to control the ball in the wrong direction and turn and shoot.
Honestly, it just bounces off his belly.
Yeah.
I remember watching that thinking, God, that's a lot of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
He spun it all the way around and no one's got to him yet. Yeah, that was it's poor,
it was just dreadful. And then Raul Jimenez, good penalty, solid penalty, good penalty taker.
And then Traore again, and setting him up and gets the winner. And so I mentioned them earlier with the Sheff United, the fatigue, and it does feel like they're really. I mean, Raul Jimenez does look like he's just on his knees. I mean, he must have played. Nearly all of their games. I can't think of them.
Couture didn't really start, did they? Now he's gone.
Yeah, that's such an odd one. That was really. I mean,
it was
another kind of.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it's got 6 months in, and then I think he scored in his first appearance for Fiorentina. I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Speaking of strikers scoring, Shane Long got a goal.
Everybody hold the phone. Yeah. Fuck yeah, Shane Long. He's terrible. He's Championship.
Oh god, yeah.
So.
I'm not sure, but even if he was an out-and-out striker in the Championship now, he wouldn't be top scorer. He'd have to go to League One to be a top scorer.
You're saying Championship? You're saying Shane Long would get double figures in terms of he'd get 10 rather than 20?
Yeah. If you want Shane Long to score 20 goals, I think you're going to take him down to League One.
Wow, that is.
Do all strikers have it in their locker? I suppose.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. It's like every striker from a Premier League. Where and we'd have to filter them out. This is where you'd be able to get 20 goals. And this is
That sounds great fun. I mean, that sounds to others probably really boring, but that's the sort of shit that me and you would talk about in a pub.
It's exactly. Right. Let's get Wikipedia up. Let's find a list of strikers.
Exactly.
Right, let's find their level.
I'll tell you what. International break, Josh. Next international break. That's the episode. Sorted.
Put them into a current club and in
a certain league.
Where would they get
20 goals?
Yeah.
All
right.
Love that.
Okay, and then we'll move on to the Nikica Jelavic. Just quickly, Southampton, Wolves both doing all right on 13th, and Wolves in 6th. So both going good guns.
Yeah, Southampton turned it around very well. Hasselhussel is doing okay now. So
yeah, can they claw back that goal difference after the old 9-0?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Nikica Jelavic derby, and a couple of new managers. One against his former club.
Yeah, Dave Moyes derby.
Dave Moyes derby, yes. And I don't really have too much to say on this match, to be honest with you. Pretty even.
No,
the bit I wanted to point out was Calvert-Lewin getting another goal.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I really wanted to chat about is in Calvert-Lewin, because Ancelotti's come out and said he's absolutely quality. Like, I can see, I've managed lots of good players, and he's up there with some of the best. So he must have something
from the Pep Guardiola school of comments, though.
Well, but at least he's actually playing Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
So, but no, would you put him in the England squad for against some sort of noddy team in a qualifier or something?
I think he deserves to have a little. I mean, he's 9 goals in the Premier League this season. It's pretty damn good. I think I would. I'd be happy to. Yeah. I mean, for me, Tammy Abraham's definitely.
Oh yeah. He's the leading striker now. Kane's injured.
I'm quite excited about our kind of striking options. Really, I mean, Tammy Abraham, Rashford off. Sterling and Sancho. I think it's got some good options.
Yeah, until they can play as well as they want, and when Harry Kane's fit, he goes back in up front.
But if Harry Kane plays any minute of the Euros, if Harry Kane goes to Euros, I'll be annoyed.
Of course he's going.
He best not.
He's going.
That first game he needs to play, competitive game, needs to be the first game next season. Have yourself a little rest.
Nah, he'll be at the Euros. He'll be there. He'll be playing.
So, I mean, it started so well. I mean, maybe I think there's a running theme here. With team getting wins against Bournemouth. Obviously, West Ham first Moyes match was it 4-0 against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And then an FA Cup win, but it's not been too good. I mean, they still find themselves very much in a relegation battle, which somewhat still surprises me.
It surprises me. I thought they were higher. It's like
Yeah.
Maybe 13th, 14th rather than 16th, 17th sort of area.
Yeah, and they're away at West Ham midweek. Away at Leicester, sorry, midweek or West Ham, and it's not going to get pretty quick, is it?
Yeah, that's the game Leicester will probably look at and think this is our bounce back game. This is where we go back on course and things like that. So they'll be guns blazing. I mean, West Ham, they're just about to face Leicester, but they do have a decent goal difference for being that low, which could save them at the end of the day.
It's a point, basically, isn't it?
So minus 8 when everybody else is double figures around them.
In teens, yeah. Brighton doing well, actually, only a -5. That's a little look there. Yeah. Okay, all right. So then we'll move on. So, just quickly, Everton, a little bit of a bounce back from Ancelotti. But I think
next year, I think Everton could be dangerous.
I wonder how many fans. It seems like there are more fans than normal. Maybe just the bigger clubs are just wanting the season to be over. Like, from a league position, I imagine Man City want the season over. Leicester probably happy. Chelsea probably happy. United,
I'll take it. I'll take 5th right now. Yep.
Yeah. Wolves were loving it. Sheffield United loving it. Spurs want the season over. Arsenal want the season over. Everton want the season over.
Palace want over. Palace will take 9th right now.
Yeah, West Ham. Yeah, it was a lot of sides like, I'm just done. I'm done with this, but we can't do that.
Yeah. I'd actually say every single club, as it stands, for differing reasons, would probably be happy for the season to end right now, other than the bottom 3. Like, literally, if you look at that table, Watford, where they were, you offered Watford to end the season now, they would take it because they're safe. West Ham, they would take it because they're safe with the start of the season they had. Burnley would just take it because they're in the Premier League again. Brighton would take it because they're there. Southampton and Newcastle just want to stay safe after the season starts, like the start of the season they had. Honestly, if you offered that to... If it was like a democracy and you needed over 50% or something for the vote to stand, Villa, Bournemouth and Norwich are going down after 23 games.
What do you reckon Arsenal fans would feel? Would they feel like, it's going to get better? We don't want to do this. We're going to finish better than this.
I think if you asked an Arsenal fan, I'd be surprised if they said that at this current point, if they finished any higher than 8th. So therefore, I'd probably think they may take it to end now and have lots of time for Arteta to build what he wants to build.
Yeah, and no Europe, so you can just kind of go at a lot of time. Okay, interesting. All right, we'll go to the final fixture of yesterday, the Damien Duff derby.
Flag in the groin.
Flag in the groin. Oh, this battle for 4th place. I mean, we said about ending the league now, but the battle for 4th place is going to continue because
it's the same as last season. Again. Nobody wants 4th. Yeah. Nobody wants it.
No,
it's ridiculous.
And this match was just Newcastle are very good at dragging people down to their level, and they just beat them.
Yeah, you got an XG for me?
Playing shit. 0.84 versus 1.81. So yeah, pretty much 2-1 would have been this, but Chelsea. I do. This season's been quite good for me and Chelsea as a relationship. Not they know about it, but Reece James, Tomori, Mount, Abraham, Hudson-Odoi. I quite like to see it. They're all young English players and just doing really well at Chelsea. It's quite nice to see, but at the same time, I don't really like Frank Lampard.
Okay, why not?
Arrogant. Find him a little bit arrogant. I don't know. He's just too composed for me. Just let go a little bit. Just too well presented and adjusted. I need you to have a little breakdown or something and just. Yeah.
Have a little breakdown?
You know how managers do, like Mourinho would go off on one about something or other. And
yeah. Like when Wenger lobbed the water bottle into the ground.
Yeah. Or like in their post-match interviews, they're just like, I cannot talk if I say something, I'm in trouble.
Okay.
Or they just go on about something absolutely crazy, and I just want to see that from Frank. I want to see a real person there.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. On to the game.
So, onto the game. It was nothingness, really. Again, it was a shocking match. But forwards in this Newcastle setup aren't going to flourish. I mean, Joe Linton on the face had a poor game, but he's so isolated. Really is.
And he's a winger.
Yeah.
He's not a striker.
He's a big winger, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a big winger. I mean, he was unlucky with his... Was it a header or a volley where he hit the bar? I think it was a header. He was unlucky with that because that had beaten Kepa all hands down. But Yeah, I just
That's
don't.
not hard, Dave. Kepa has got a 55.4% save percentage.
Oh my!
Out of the 132 goalkeepers in Europe's top 7 leagues, he's number 127, Dave.
That is dreadful. I was going to mention. Have you seen the goal? Have you seen Hayden's goal?
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah. Do you think he should have done better, Kepa? It's very close to him. I know it's close range, the header.
Yeah, I think it's. I expect those to go in. Those
Okay.
type of situations, yeah.
Fair enough.
But Chelsea unable to win back to back is their problem. They're picking up results, but every other game. And Newcastle, Stevie Bruce, manager of the season, fund level on points of Arsenal. So who would have predicted that at the start of the season?
Not me.
Not you.
I apologise for all the comments I mentioned about Steve Bruce. So I still stand by the fact that his strikers aren't scoring, and you can't rely on defenders and defensive midfielders to score you your goals for the whole season. But
he's just progressing. He's gone from defenders now to defensive midfielders. Now midfielders get a go, and then eventually strikers will score. The last few games of the season will have strikers scoring.
I mean, he's got to take credit, and he's got Almiron scoring 2 in 3, I think, because this is the first, the first game Almiron hasn't scored 4 in 3. But no, he scored the previous 2. So yeah.
All right, so that brings a close to yesterday's fixtures. We've obviously got a couple of games on the Sunday with time of recording yet to kick off. So we have Burnley v Leicester, David Nugent derby. Leicester going to get back on track here?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, brave. I think a draw would be...
I was thinking a draw. 2-1 Leicester, yeah. 2-1 Leicester. Jamie Vardy at the double.
Having a party. Jamie Vardy, who is registering better physical scores in his, because they were able to do pre-season testing on him this year for the first time in a few years. He's scoring better than he did a few years back.
Wow, interesting.
Because he's actually turned to be a professional. He has his own cryo chamber. Are they called cryo chambers at his house?
Yeah,
he has one in his house.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Would you take him back in the England squad? Would you ask him to come out of retirement?
No, it's a different style. It's like Glenn Murray at Brighton. Very marginally the same. It's just a different style of play for me. Okay. I think Tammy Abraham fits our style of play better.
Okay.
Jamie Vardy has fuck all touches and loves a counter attack. And unfortunately, for the majority of England matches, that doesn't fit. And then you can't just suddenly change your style. Yeah. Again, play against a better side. And then obviously there's the Michael Owen or Paul Ince derby, whichever one you dislike least. Both dislike all characters. Yeah. Liverpool United to get a result of sorts in this match.
Normally I'd say yes, but no, because I'm very pessimistic.
Is Rashford out or is Rashford in?
It's not been declared, but the rumour is that he's out, and the rumour is we're playing 5 at the back.
It worked very well at home.
It didn't. It worked very well at home for one half of the game. It was just...
Yeah, I mean, you can revert to your type. Would it be a formation which could switch mid-match?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would.
With the same personnel?
Yeah, I think it would. So.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, I've got high hopes here.
So, yeah? Do you reckon we're going to win? Do you reckon we're going to stop the Liverpool Invincibles?
I would not be surprised if you did that. If Rashford... I would feel a lot more confident if Rashford was fit. Because he's been... I mean, your front three, I think, we've got... at least the same
goals.
More
goals
than
Liverpool. Salah, Firmino, and Mane. Yeah, we've got more goals. Yeah,
and that's not just because they play in the Europa League. I think they got 6 to 7 or something like that between the two of them. So very even. And I would not be surprised if United pick up a result here.
It's going to be one of those games, isn't it, where we'll either nick a result or Liverpool are going to steamroller us. There will be nothing. There's not going to be like a fluky Liverpool 2-1 win. It will be either Liverpool absolutely steamroll us or we'll pick up a result.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
But yeah.
They've not been steamrolling much recently, so I think it will be close run thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it was another draw.
But I will be watching it as well.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we move on, Dave?
Yes, I've just seen what you've sent me. Do you know what you've sent me, Josh? You sent me a Wikifile. So I got a Wikifile. Here comes a Wikifile. I got a Wikifile for you. Hey! So to the new listeners, or viewers, if you're on YouTube, Wikifiles is a game that was invented with a friend called Owen. A lot of you will know him, those that listen. On our way to watch a Welsh Premier League game. I think it was Welsh Premier League. Yeah,
correct.
Bala Town.
Versus Eve.
Yeah, and on the way there to ease the journey, on the way there and back to ease the journey, the long journey, we started playing Wikifiles, where someone gets a player's career, the amount of appearances, and the amount of goals they scored during that career at each club, and then you have to try and guess who it is. And if you can't do it, you get clues of position and international stats is what you get. So Josh has sent me one this week because he's hosting this week's podcast, and we have someone that's never left the shores of England, which is normally what I send to Josh. So yeah, Crewe Alexandra 94 to 1996 as a youth career. He then progressed into the senior team at Crewe 96 to 99 in 3 years. 91 appearances, so roughly 30 per season, with 6 goals. So not too prolific. He then got a move to Premier League Derby in 99. Would that be Premier League Derby?
Yes.
Yeah, 99 to 2001. Playing 73 times, scoring 2 goals. He then got a move to Leeds in 2001-2005. So we're talking when Leeds spent too much money to put themselves into bankruptcy.
They were spunking the cash.
Yeah. 54.
Money.
Yeah, 54 appearances, 4 goals for Leeds in a 4-year stint up to 2005. He then moved back to Derby County 2005 to 2007 with 57 appearances, scoring 4 goals, giving him a total of 275 appearances, 18 goals. Now, I think I know who this is, but I don't remember him moving back to Derby. I'm going to go with Sheff Johnson.
Is
it Sheff Johnson? Yeah.
It is Sheff Johnson, yeah.
Where Leeds, he and his agent went into a meeting with Peter Ridsdale to discuss the contract, and they went, right, we're going to, aim for 40 grand they're aiming for a week, I think?
Probably not even that. I think it was like 30, 35.
Yeah, and Peter Ridsdale went in and went, bash, this is the contract, we're not going to budge this at all. 60 grand a week is our offer. And they signed straight away. Why Sheff Johnson?
Why Sheff Johnson? And you know what? I can't remember it now, but if you search him on Wikipedia, his photo is looks like someone who's just come out of their court appearance. He looks horrifically criminal.
Really?
It is memories of Sheff Johnson. Not.
He must have a better photo than that.
There's something weird about Wikipedia photos though. It's got to be like open source or something. It can't be like a Getty image or something like that, I think. But yeah, he played well at Derby and then left to Leeds, and then he retired at age 28. You look at his career, it started in 96 and in 2007, so it was only 11 years. He had a lot of injuries, I think, at Leeds, and then went back to Derby, I think, because there was that time I think they stopped playing him as well because it was some bonus.
Yeah, there was bonuses and appearance fees and stuff that they couldn't afford. Yeah, a one-cap wonder as well.
In England, one-cap wonder. Yes.
Yeah, interesting. Have you seen his full name? A very odd middle name. He's got 2 middle names. One of them is Art.
Art Maurice.
Sheff Art Maurice Johnson.
Maurice.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, that is...
He's very consistent through his career, wasn't he? His goal ratio, won every kind of 30 games and, a little bit better. But no, he's forgettable, wasn't he? He's very, very standard player. Really, I probably wasn't, looking back, probably isn't a Premier League standard player, really.
He wasn't the sort of person you should be buying when you've just qualified for the Champions League, as Leeds had done.
No, that's bleak, isn't it?
So, So, injury finished his career, Josh, at the age of 28. Yeah, so...
Ouch.
Yeah, well, Sheff Johnson.
There you go.
Excellent.
If anyone has any fond memories of Sheff Johnson, if anyone can remember any one of his 18 career goals, let us know, because I imagine there'll be a long-range, really boring long-range rifled goal. No swerve into it, dead straight is that I'm going for.
I love those goals, though.
Do you? Oh, no, I hate them.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Ronaldo and Messi, and what is the best sort of goals? That's the main things we disagree on.
Dribble.
There could also, I reckon, there'd be some disagreements on what standard level of football certain players have to play at to get 20 goals a year. I think there could be some disagreements in that. But good wiki file, and
Okay, right.
All right.
Let's move you back to being quizzed then, Dave. Shall we?
I still have no idea about
All right, so I quizzed Dave with a list of the last. Oh, was it? Was it me 29?
Yeah.
19? 19, sorry.
It's a
God,
19,
maths is shocking there. Literally had to go 2019 minus 2000. And the African Player of the Year winners. And Dave has successfully named all of the winners from 01 to 10. And just in case you think he's doing it off the top of his noggin, he has the country they won it for and the team they were playing for when they won it. So he's got a little bit head start. He can't name the 2000 winner, and he's yet to name 2011 onwards. So let's go with 2011 onwards if you're struggling for 2000 still, Dave.
Okay, so 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014 is all Ivory Coast, all Man City. It's got to be Yaya.
It's Kolo Toure. Kolo Toure wins them. It's Yaya, the favourite son.
And then he probably didn't get a birthday cake, so wasn't playing at the same level. 2015, Gabon, Borussia Dortmund is the only Gabonese player I know. Aubameyang.
Yes, I think he was the first Gabonese player to win it.
Yeah.
We're really testing out our knowledge of was it the
nationalities
collectives. Yeah.
Right. Algerian, 2016, Leicester, got him a big move. Riyad Mahrez. And then I don't need to say the years or the names or the countries because I'm just going to go Salah Mane.
Salah.
Yeah. So 2017 Egypt, Salah. 2018 Egypt, Salah. 2019 Senegal, Mane.
So we go back to the difficult year 2000.
And do you know what? It's going to really annoy me that I'm not going to get 100% on this quiz.
Okay.
I have no idea.
All right. So this player then went on loan to Sunderland, played 9 appearances and scored 1 goal. Does that help you out?
Oh my God! Who went on loan from Parma to Sunderland?
Strong, left-footed.
Who was the manager? Who's the manager that sanctioned this move for Sunderland?
God,
do you know?
I've got a bloody clue.
Was it like an Allardyce, or is it a?
No. This was well before that. It might have been a.
Oh, so it was.
Peter Reid era or something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Bloody hell! No, they had, or am I going too recent? Where they had like it was either an someone or an someone.
Oh, you're on the right lines with But
it's got to be B. They're normally they're normally an B because it's ND. Normally it's like die. It's like bop no
Patrick Mboma.
Yes. Patrick Mboma.
Mboma, yeah.
I remember nothing about that guy.
Do you not?
No. You got any memories of him?
I think more from computer games than actual real life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh God! I've just looked at his Wikipedia page, and literally, this is the club career. It reads: born in Douala, Cameroon, Patrick Mboma started his domestic football career in 1993. During his career, he played for Charleroi, Paris Saint-Germain, Metz, Gambros, Cagliari, Parma, Sunderland. In brackets, where he scored once against Tottenham Hotspur. It's like the person who wrote this is trolling me. It's like, why are you calling that out?
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
He then went on to play for Al Ittihad, that's not how you say it, Tokyo Verdy and Vissel Kobe, before retiring on 16th of May 2005.
Wow.
It was his wins. It was the 2000 Olympics and the 2000 African Nations Cup, which got him the African Footballer of the Year.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll say. Fair enough. A name came to me. Patrick Mboma. Right.
We will wrap this up then with a look at the Super 6. This week's round Super 6. Just because I scored a whopping 17 points. And it would have been so much more if Limin Fernandinho had tucked it into his own net, because I had it as 2-1. I mean, it became 2-2. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be like winning stuff at the moment. But yeah, 17 points for Joshua Cool this round. 8 points more than anyone else. Samuel Bettany, do better.
17 points more than me. So
17 points more than the other hosts, other host and guest host of this podcast. So at least give it a fucking go, will you?
I don't know why I keep forgetting to do it. Like
literally do this week. I might as well make you do it live on a podcast, right? Do Wednesday's ones now.
But
you
what?
can't do it now.
I'm in a predictions league where I get sent an email every week saying, this is the spreadsheet, fill in the fixtures. Why don't I just do them both at the same time?
Who knows?
Because I'm an idiot. Because I'm a fucking idiot. That's why.
To go for the season, then that puts me a mere 30 points behind Tom Hennigan, who's still in first place with 291 points. You've slipped back into 7th place now, Dave. You that poor showing.
Bollocks.
Okay. All right. Unless you have any other business, we'll end this week's podcast here, Dave.
I am good. No AOB from me.
No AOB. So if you're listening, you've obviously found somewhere to listen. If you're not listening, I don't know who I'm talking to now. You can listen on YouTube at Football Talk. You can listen on Spotify and on SoundCloud. And as we mentioned earlier, you can also find us on Twitter at Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football.
There's no A in football. Please leave us a message, leave us a like, subscribe, and we'll be back next week for more Football Talk. Goodbye.